Oops, I went to the wrong screen. Hello.
All right, let's take it from the top. Welcome back, everyone. All right, so here you stand at the city gate of Hardova. You've just been let in by Billy and Steve, who were honorably defending the gate. And you have the whole city before you. What would you like to do?
What time of day is it? It's evening?
It was nearing evening now, yes.
Okay.
When was the last time we ate?
I assume you're eating your rations throughout the day.
Yeah.
Snacks.
I can always make some good berries if anyone's hungry.
Like good berries in forever.
Well, do we need any?
To go to a tavern.
I'm not hinting at that. I was just wondering, like, have we eaten? Do we need supplies? What are we lacking? What do we need? Because I know, like, how much meat do we have left for the silly little wyverns?
Whoa,
I believe Wren is tracking your meat supply.
Yes.
Yep, we were planning on picking up some here just so we had enough, but we do have like a decent amount. We still have, I think it was like 20 something.
Although I don't think you subtracted for today's eating yet, so you need to subtract another 6 pounds.
I did subtract last time.
That was for the previous day, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. I've been tracking it since you told me how much per day, so, but I can take off more.
So did we want to pick some up before things closed?
Pick it up in the morning.
Yeah, I think it's better fresher as we leave. Is everything all right, Sylra?
Are you trying to stall? We came all this way for a specific person.
Yeah, it was your idea to come here. Oh.
And now she's frozen.
Oh.
She really is trying to stall.
She actually died.
She's too nervous. She had to log out.
We will make our way towards the Great Goblin. Maybe keep an eye out if there's like, I know that when we stopped here with the caravan, there was a spot where they had stopped and like set up shop. So maybe if we pass through that way, we could see if there's a different caravan that has food or supplies or something.
Yeah. As you pass through the market square of town, you do see that there are several wagons that are there, none of which you recognize as being part of your former caravan. But you see a number of people selling all kinds of wares, metalwork and glass, trinkets and odds and ends, and you do see at least one that is selling food.
All right, well, we might stop by there in the morning then, unless like the Great Goblin has meat that we could just buy from them too.
Yes, and I think I'm back now. I'm hot spotting, so I did not mean to just
That's
dip
code for
out.
looking for Gerard.
All right, so if you're heading towards the Great Goblin, that is not an issue. Yeah, you head into the city proper from the market square, and you're seeing that it's evening, so a lot of people are sort of closing up their shops, or at least getting ready to shortly. The sun is getting low on that western horizon, which a big portion of it is actually sort of blocked out by the mountain at this point. And as you continue on to the city, give me perception checks and or insight checks, whichever you prefer to make in this moment.
Sylra, you've been given an advantage.
Thank you. I definitely need it.
Gosh, Rhowan.
My fantasy grounds is still reloading, so I'll give you perspective soon.
Say perspective.
I know, I
Give
did.
you a little bit of
She'll
Really
show
I'm
you
put-
what's
panicking
what.
here.
It's okay.
Put it-
You're all right.
Relax.
Relax.
Put it into context for you, Shanks.
Where's my tower? I have no idea where it is.
Yeah, mine's hidden. and I
Probably
can't
under
find-
the Cheriebombette token there.
Oh, it is totally behind that.
Yeah.
Hello.
I moved mine halfway over just because I was like, whenever there's some weird connection issue, someone's in that mode and it blocks it completely.
All right. I will do the same.
There we go.
You said insight or perception?
Yeah, whichever you prefer. All right. Well, first things first, Rhowan, you can see that the city's as busy as it normally is, except there's something extra. There's a few extra bodies around. And you notice that on various intersections, you're seeing pairs of people with fairly roomy cloaks on, and they're actively scanning the crowds. At first, you're like, what are they looking for? No big deal. Next intersection, you see another pair. That's weird. And as you make your way through the city, you are noticing not only that, but there's a few extra guard patrols happening. And people look a little bit better armed than they normally would be in this part of town. Wren, you can sense an air of tension about the people. There's some glances over the shoulders and some double and triple checking that coin purses are in place or daggers are on belts. It almost reminds you a little bit of the tension in Vor's Delta. So you probably pick up that there's a few extra guards around. And Brielle, you don't really pick up on any of this.
You know nothing.
I know nothing. That's my second highest like
I
score.
know. You didn't roll well.
I never do.
Could I? Actually, I might just wait until we get to the tavern
Okay.
instead of just alarming some random person on the street. But Wren is interested to see what people are saying about what's going on.
All right. Well, you continue on your way. The streets are pretty crowded, so you're kind of having to be careful about where you step and keep an eye on your own things as well. But you do make your way safely to the Great Goblin. Here you find that there is an extra person at the door this evening. Fairly large, half-orcish guy, looking very intimidating, many scars on his body, missing one of his pinky fingers. And, he's just kind of standing there with his arms folded across his chest, making his pec muscles look very large, and kind of giving that death stare to everyone who gets within 10 feet of him. Rhowan, you also notice that across the street, almost invisibly, there are two people at separate sides of the building across the street in the alleyways, leaning into the shadows, watching the front door as well.
Before we get to like within earshot of this guy, I think Wren would just say to the others, since no one said anything about if they noticed it, seems like people are tense here. You might want to keep an eye on your belongings a little more closely over here.
Yeah, and there's I don't know if any of you all noticed it, but there's pairs of cloaked figures watching every street corner, looking like they're trying to blend in.
Nothing you recognized?
And at first I thought it was extra guard, but then I saw the extra guard. So, I don't know. Maybe it's extra guard.
I mean, you did say something had happened. I didn't ask for details. This seems like a big something.
Yeah.
I do want to point out for Rhowan, sorry, I sort of left out detail. So when I mentioned that you saw two people on like most of the intersections with like the roomy cloaks, fairly large people. The two you see watching the front of the Great Goblin, much more slender, much more sleek.
Okay.
Just, it's a distinction I should have made given the similarities, and I didn't in the moment, so throwing that out there. Sorry about that.
Oh, Brielle, because she didn't notice anything, would just say, like, well, they did have the gates closed, so that probably means something. They're trying to keep stuff out or taking things more seriously.
Yeah, so it does seem like there is still some tension within the walls, even if they are trying to keep something out. Well, the tavern is usually a good place to pick up information on this sort of thing, luckily.
It is. So, shall we?
Wren is going to let Sylra lead the way to the Great Goblin.
She was definitely going to let everyone else go in first, but she's going to walk up confidently.
She's probably the other one.
Tall guy.
Yeah, so there is normally a man at the door. He's got a short sword on his belt. You know, he's kind of informal looking, but he's kind of, it's there to be like, we're keeping the peace here, right? This extra guy now is just looking very dangerous and very intimidating. As you approach and look up at him, he kind of glares down at you, his teeth curling back to reveal his fang-like teeth. Did I say his teeth curling back? His lips curling back.
His fang-like lips.
I told you I was
stretching his lips.
Yeah,
Don't worry about
his
it.
lips back.
Can Sylra give him an intimidating look back also?
Yeah, give me an intimidation roll.
Yeah, let's hope that...
And do you have an idea of what this looks like for her?
Not really, other than like, you know, she's trying to be intimidating, but like she's small
Fair
and
enough.
sleek, but like, you know, that confidence that comes off,
Yeah.
like, you know, I'm
Yeah,
meant
so
to be here.
She steps into his personal space
Boy.
like a little more than he expects her to, and just like hands on her hips, looks right up into his eyes, and you see him kind of waver a little bit and move away from her, and goes, "She's scary, man. What's her deal?" I told you to keep your mouth shut and just look threatening. But she's so scary. All right. Well, the illusion's broken. You don't cause trouble, or you know, we're gonna have to kill you.
You're not going to want to kill me.
I don't want to kill anyone, but if I have to, I will.
I mean, Gerard would not be happy about that.
Oh, if you cause trouble in there, I'm sure he'd be the first one throwing a dagger.
You'll see. She's just gonna walk in.
And as you're pushing past them into the tavern, you actually hear behind you, yes, she is scary. What is her deal? Inside. Sorry, go ahead.
Did Rhowan say anything about the people in the alley or just the people, the robed figures?
I did not mention anybody in the alley. I wasn't sure how close we were to the bouncers, and I didn't want them to know that I saw their dudes.
Okay.
All right, you step inside, and the place is surprisingly busy for the kind of intimidation they have out front. However, once again, with your insane perception check, Rhowan, you notice that easily half these people in this room are well equipped in varying fashions. You've got everything from, like, you know, some well-built people with great swords on their backs to one gentleman, probably only about 5 feet tall, very small looking, but carrying about 43 daggers.
Just count them really fast.
Your perception score was in the impossible range, so
Means I rolled at least a 17 on the die.
So yeah, and everything in between. You know, people with little hand crossbows hanging from their belts, people with a main weapon out front and a stash weapon somewhere else, and you know, you do notice that even the bartenders have weapons within their arm's reach.
Do we see any familiar faces?
Yeah. You didn't roll a perception, but even with your passive, I think, yeah. Halfway up the stairs, you see the Gluck, who is leaning over the banister, and my voice just went on me. He's sort of leaning over and swatting at a particularly large gentleman and saying something to him that you can't quite make out from where you are, but he looks a little bit flustered.
All right. Well, is there an empty seat we could take?
There is standing room only.
Interesting.
Fun.
I'm gonna go up beside. Does it look like they're doing anything? Are they like? Is there a crowd around the cage that they fight in?
There
or
is,
are they,
yeah. So there's people gathered around the ring. There isn't anyone in the ring currently, but the atmosphere is that you might expect a fight to start soon.
Okay. I'll start making my way then towards where people are crowding around, and I think once I get into earshot of somebody who seems to be interested in, like if their body language says that they're about to watch a fight or something like that, she's gonna kind of strike up a conversation and just be like, is there a fight going on tonight?
Oh, you haven't heard? Well,
Been away.
it's a good time to come back.
Oh, is that so?
Well, from what I hear, they just shipped in a couple of the biggest, toughest fighters from the Empire, and we're expecting to see some real fireworks tonight.
Well, that's interesting. Is that why there's so much extra people about?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, everyone loves a good fight, right?
And you come here regularly?
Maybe every week or two. Good way to spend my coin after I've been paid.
You wouldn't have happened to have caught the fight between Dania and the Gluck.
I would lower my voice if I were you. He is still pissed off about that one.
She win.
She not only won, she won in the first 10 seconds.
Oh. Well, that's I'll be sure not to say that too loudly, but thank you for letting me know.
It was an incredible 10 seconds. I've never seen someone throw that many punches that fast.
Huh. Even quick hands.
Trust me, you've never seen anything like it. She called it her shadow punch.
Yes. I hate that I missed that.
Well, there's a bard singing songs about it if you want to hear more detail.
Oh,
What bard?
Friends
Oh,
just
are we all
like,
there?
Oh man, what was that bard's name? Ricky, what was that bard that was singing about Dania's punch? I think it was Betty. It wasn't Betty, man. Like, come on. I don't know. It had a B in it. Sorry, but I don't know. I don't remember. But they travel around Hardova, so they'll be here sooner or later.
well, then we picked a great time to stop by, it seems.
Yeah. I mean, as long as you stay out of the way of the city guard, things are getting tense out there.
Oh, what do you know about that?
The same as anyone else, I guess. There was some sort of gang war, and, well, the city's been locked down, and they still haven't figured out, who was behind it all.
I think Wren is going to establish a telepathic connection with the party.
Okay.
And she's going to just glance in Sylra's direction when she says this. Well, perhaps Gerard would know more about the specifics then.
She's gonna take out her book of shadows and just pretend that she's like casually looking through it, and it's just gonna write under his name here to let him know that she's there.
Sooner than I expected. Give me an hour.
She's just gonna look at them and be like, so should we grab some food? We'll get our answers sooner than later, hopefully.
Not really hungry, but I'll take a drink.
I was gonna say, I assumed Brielle wasn't around when Wren was having that conversation. So she would have been like grabbing drinks for people and stuff. Otherwise, I would have been a lot more, oh my God. Dania kicked his butt? What?
We do have the mental link now though, so
Yeah.
Sylra could definitely say that through the link.
Okay, so Brielle's grabbing drinks. Where did Rhowan go when they sort of split off?
I'll go with Brielle.
Yeah, you guys make it to the bar. It takes you a minute or so to get up to the front, and you manage to order drinks. I don't know what you order for everyone, but unless it's anything extravagant, you guys can like subtract a silver piece and call it a day. Before too long, as you're there kind of nursing your drinks, the others, I assume you go back to meet with them at the bar.
Oh, yeah.
Was more
Oh,
still a
there's
Wren question.
Sorry.
Or are you staying where you are?
Yeah, I'd go and meet up with them.
Yeah,
I
by
would
the
thank
time
the
you-
guy for the information that he gave us.
Yeah, no problem at all. So she's leaving. Okay.
Yeah, she doesn't say bye like Brielle does.
Uh,
I'm done with you.
as you make your way back, by this time, Brielle, just your presence at the bar has caused a little more space to open up. Yeah, you're all able to kind of congregate there and get your drinks. You can see now that the Gluck is now at the top of the second what do you want to call it, like the walkway there that leads up to the private offices. He's up at the top, and he calls down to one of the other men there, 5 minutes, okay? And then goes into his office.
Sorry, who saw that?
You all see him.
Oh, okay. So when we're like reconvened, and the Gluck's gone then, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So Wren is just like, Brielle, when I tell you this, you're going to have to keep your voice low, because it needs to be kept quiet. But I found out that Dania won the fight in less than 10 seconds.
Brielle is just gonna look at Wren quietly and like staring at you, and in your head you're gonna hear her scream, "Oh my god, she won!" That's amazing. I'm so proud of her. Wait, where do we get our money? That means you're rich, Wren.
I don't even remember how much she was to win, but that should be a very good amount for your down payment.
I hope so. That's so exciting. Brielle's like so amped now. She's like,
I guess they didn't change the name of the tavern. She must have wanted to move on to that spot in Forest Delta she was talking about.
or maybe he's just too cranky and didn't want to give up the name.
That probably sounds about right.
He doesn't seem like in a good mood today either.
Oh, apparently there's more fights. We chose a very good day to come in for entertainment, at least. They've got a few of the best fighters from the Empire here, and we did find out that there is something going on in the city, a gang war of some sort, but it seems the locals don't really have the details on who. And she's saying this telepathically, by the way. She doesn't want to let anyone be privy to this. But might be a good night to place a few bets.
And if people are drinking, they might be more likely to talk about stuff.
It's true.
So we'll keep an ear out for that.
That's a good idea. She's going to just start scanning the crowd, I think. She'll continue to enjoy her drink. I don't know what Brielle got her.
Brielle got her a nice wine.
Oh, thank you.
Because she remembers she drinks wine.
She would have
got wine.
She would have politely drank an ale, but it would have just been like nursing it all night.
So you're scanning the crowd to find.
I think I'm leaning towards like an insight sort of situation and just trying to find people who maybe who are whispering a bit more than usual. People who look like them, actually, I guess, in terms of like, are they also like talking about the situation that's going on?
Can you give me another insight check, please?
Yes.
All right. Well, you do see at least one of the tables, there is a group of sort of adventurous-looking types like yourselves, all kind of exchange it. They're talking pretty boisterously, but you do see that they occasionally kind of lean in and say something quietly to one another. You also notice that as you're looking over towards those tables, you see in the corner of the room behind them that one pretty smooth-looking character kind of walks up to another person and exchanges words with them very quietly. That person just nods and stands there for a minute, and then a moment later walks over to another person and exchanges words. And this happens several times.
Mm. I think Wren's just going to ruminate on that a little bit. She has had a couple drinks from her wine and she's sets it down. Is there somebody at the bar at the moment?
Yeah, there's actually 3 people tending the bar. And like I said, they're all sort of they're sort of staying in an area each, and each one of them has like a weapon on the back shelf within reach. The one nearest you is a pretty strong looking human man, maybe in his 40s, thick beard, and he's serving drinks and wiping down mugs and
I think Wren is going to look at Brielle. I'm going to ask about our earnings from the fight. I'll see if somebody at the bar knows about it. And she's going to just kind of slide down and try to catch the attention of the bartender that's there.
He makes a couple of steps over towards you as he's wiping out this mug. What can I get you?
I was actually hoping for some direction. She looks to see that the Glock is still not there, and she goes, "My friend and I," and she's going to point down to where Brielle is. We had an arrangement with the fighter Dania, and we were to get her the fight with the Glock, and she was going to give us her earnings in exchange from that fight.
Let's see. Okay. Well, you probably need to talk to Barter for that.
You said Barter?
Barter, yep.
Okay. And who would that be?
Well, normally he's at that back door over there, but I don't see him, so you guess you'll have to wait.
All right, well, if you see him before me, tell him that Wren is looking for him, and describe me, because I've never met him before.
All right, can do. I do have to warn you, if this is some sort of sting, you're trying to get some money off him or something, like, things are bad enough here. You don't want to get yourself killed tonight.
Usually each night I don't want to get myself killed, but no, it's perfectly legitimate. I do understand that the Gluck is not very happy about what happened, so I'm not expecting it to be easy either.
Yeah, I would be careful who I say that to as well. Yeah, he spent 2 days sulking and then 2 days kicking the shit out of everyone who looked at him, so...
Yes, I don't think I'll be talking to the Gluck directly. But thank you. And also, she's going to take out. Is like I just want to know the economy. Is a couple of gold pieces like for a bartender? Is that a pretty decent tip?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's gonna slip out 3 gold pieces then, and she's going to put them in front of him. She kind of like covers them with her hand for a moment, and then is just like, "Do you happen to know anything about what is going on here? I heard that there's a lot of extra precautions being taken."
You might notice that everyone's pretty well armed these days.
That is different from the last time I was here.
Well, you might want to keep your weapons close and your mouth shut.
And what happens if I don't do that?
He kind of looks up. You rolled a pretty good insight check in here, so
I'm also willing to roll a persuasion check if you would like.
you can see he's looking a little nervous now. This question's gone a little too far.
I wouldn't want to get you in trouble, of course. But perhaps you know who is allowed to talk about these sorts of things.
If you want to talk to the boss, it's your call.
She's gonna leave those coins there. He didn't give her much, but he also seemed like he would have if it was safe. So she like leaves that. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Wish I could say more, but my life's pretty valuable to me too. And he puts the coins in his pocket.
Yes, I've noticed people have been talking. Well, have a good night. And she's going to
You too.
go back over to the group.
So find out any information?
Nothing too useful, though. Brielle, we're looking for somebody named the Barter, and she's going to point over near the back wall where he's usually standing. He's usually over there, but it doesn't seem to be tonight. But if you see someone standing there, maybe ask if their name is... Well, actually, just ask what their name is, because I don't want you to lead them in case someone decides to cause trouble.
Okay, I can do that.
Well, looks like we have some drinking and waiting to do then. I should.
Do you know why the fighters from the Empire are here? Are they working their way up like Dania was?
I don't. Maybe it's a whole like expansion sort of thing, you know? Everyone's trying to make a name here, and someone's got to be the best fighter in Cadence.
Interesting.
I
I wonder if we'll see those rich guys that were betting all the money on me last time.
Oh, like Wilbur.
Yeah.
You'll just get like a really impressed look from Sylra, who's like, you actually remembered some of their names.
Wait, what day is it? Is it a Friday? And what was his name? Rick? The guy with the purple dress for Brielle? Is he fighting? I forget. No one.
Rick is Saturday mornings.
Oh, dang. Not here. Brielle's just like, every time we're here, I miss him.
We'll just have to come back.
But to the previous question, there is a notable absence of anyone in the kind of finery that those gentlemen were wearing. Though the place is very busy, very crowded, there are no gentle types in here this evening.
Okay.
Interesting. There was another tavern in this town,
There's like 4 dozen.
but one that we know of by name.
Yes.
Oh.
The Sapphire
The blueberry?
Serpent. The blueberry was in Boar's Delta, and that's where
That's
Dania
it.
was
That's where
going.
Dania's going.
The far end of Hightown, there was the Sapphire Serpent. So there, I wonder if that's like the bougie place.
I believe Nadia recommended that to us, and it was quite bougie.
Yes, it was. I forgot how big this map was. I thought this was one. I guess it is one of the smaller ones, but it's
Still huge.
A humble brag.
I think Wren will also pass along the fact that she's noticed that people are kind of whispering and passing along information around here. So it's probably best to keep things in the mental link if they're sensitive.
Yeah, that makes sense. I wonder if that's got anything to do with the extra people outside watching the door from across the street.
I hadn't noticed that.
They were doing a pretty good job hiding, or looking innocuous.
Are you certain that those were people watching this place or watching this place?
Well, there's definitely one of them. That much I can tell you. I don't know, they looked a little bit different than a lot of the other people that have been lurking around town.
Different how? We don't really say that people look different now. We learned that.
Well, I mean, they do look different.
Like the guys from Force Delta?
They were, I mean, a little bit more similar to them. I mean, they were kind of lanky, I guess.
Did they have my skin color?
Could I make that out, or were they like?
No, they were hooded and in the shadows, which is why no one else noticed them.
Couldn't tell.
Do you want me to go outside and check?
Nah, don't worry about it.
My super stealth?
Clang, clang. Hey, you!
You do look like those guys.
And that's how another TPK happens.
My
Yeah, I
friend
don't
said you
Shanks kill
look
my
different.
character. I killed her.
Hey, maybe we can take them by now.
Let's not find out. I don't want to find out.
So I guess we'll keep an eye out for people with cloaks if they come in here. Is that a good idea?
Probably.
Okay. So cloak guys, don't ask Barter his name, but ask him his name, and don't talk out loud. Got it.
Oh,
Yeah,
also
I think that covers it.
I was told that there is a bard. They didn't remember the name, but there was a bard that is singing a song about Dania and her fight. So we might be able to hear that while we're in town, and that I'm looking forward to that.
Friedrich, though, is it?
They seem to think that it started with a B. One of them said Bonnie, and the other one got mad, so I don't think that was it, but it didn't sound like Friedrich.
Okay. I'll keep an eye out for him too.
I wonder if it's that same bard that was.
Trying to name us.
Yeah.
I wonder if he
Yeah,
made
that's what I
any
was
progress.
thinking. Do we remember his
Dimwit?
name?
Yes, I do. I take very thorough notes.
It was Zivwick, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's a hard name, but it doesn't sound like Bonnie. So
Yeah. Unless maybe he's the type who says his name is a different name every single time, and that time he came up with Zivwick.
or maybe this is his new name as a bard because we kind of just met him when he was starting. So maybe this is his like
Stage name.
star name. That's it. Stage name.
I think
Guess we'll be-
Wren is going through this wine fairly well.
Yeah.
Brielle is sipping hers so slowly. Her
That is
stomach
fair.
still hurts, like smelling this.
Sylra's probably like almost finished hers or looking. Maybe I should get another one.
I can go get it.
You
You
sure?
guys are better at watching people. I'm better at doing stuff.
You're very good at making friends, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think now's the time.
Yeah. It's a little hostile, I guess, in here. Yeah, if you could fill me up again, maybe keep an ear out, say hi to some people.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Brielle just like
Red-
running apart.
Ren is gonna watch Brielle now. Just like
Brielle's
Sylra's always getting her into trouble.
Brielle realizes, I think, finally the gravity of situations a little bit, and she's gonna try her best to like not mess things up. She's just gonna order wine, and she'll probably just be like, "Can I have the fancy wine that the cheese guy likes to drink?"
I don't know any cheese guy. I don't know what you're talking
I think
about.
his name's Jared.
You want Jared's Reserve.
Yeah.
Okay. A bottle's going to run you 200 gold.
Brielle's just gonna like pull out her coin purse and look at it and be like, "I don't have that much. What will a glass get me?
Most
Can I have a
people don't.
glass?
We don't open it. We sell it by the bottle.
I'll have whatever your fanciest wine is that's not his."
All right, let me see. And he starts looking around at his selection. I have a child screaming. He starts looking around at the bottles in his selection there. And as he does, you can hear next to you at the bar some chuckling into their arm. Someone kind of straightens out, and you can see she is pretty red in the face. Likely several drinks in. Her eyes are looking a little droopy. Half her head is shaved, and she's got this pretty elaborate tattoo on her skull. And she's pretty slender, but you can tell, having fought so many people at this point in your life, like the woman's got some dense muscle on her. But as she chuckles, she kind of looks up at you and goes, "You got style, Red. Hey, you looking for work?"
What kind of work?
The kind that pays 200 gold.
What kind of work?
You good at swinging that axe?
Yes.
Well, that's all you gotta do. Just put it in the right people.
I feel I'm going to consider that, and don't take offense. I know I tend to not understand things, how they work out, and like what people are actually meaning. So I'm going to assume this is one of those situations. But I think I'm going to go talk to my friends now. And if they say it's okay, then maybe I will. Is that okay?
What, you gotta ask permission first before you take on a job?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you run along and ask mommy if it's okay to play with me then.
Okay. Wait. And she like thinks about that. She's like, what's your name?
They call me Theron around here.
Theron? Okay. I'm gonna go tell my friends that. You'll be right here, right?
I'm not going anywhere as long as the drinks keep flowing.
Yeah,
2
maybe
more.
the floor. But okay, thank you. Nice to meet you. She'll like stick her hand out.
She looks at your hand and she kind of sticks her hand out, but before she goes to shake your hand, she just reaches up to pinch your cheek. You're just so cute.
I have a boyfriend. I'm leaving now. Bye.
So he is her boyfriend.
No. She's just using it as an excuse.
As you say that, as you're like, bye, and you turn to leave, the bartender returns with 2 bottles in his hands. He's like, Aaron, did you scare off another one of my customers? What? I'm just having some fun. You better sober up and real fucking quick.
Brielle will come back empty-handed. And then in her mind, like, she's gonna be like, okay, so I didn't get the drinks, but we potentially have a job that could earn us 200 gold if we put axes in people. I can't say this without laughing. Brielle's not laughing, she's serious. But I felt like it was a bad idea. Something about this just seemed wrong. And then she said that I should ask mommy if I can play with her, to which it was kind of bringing back the Genasi thing, and I don't want to upset her, so I just left.
I think
Is
that
that
was
the
a
right
good
thing?
call. I think that
Okay.
was a good call.
But if you want to make 200 gold,
Sylra spits out like whatever she has in her mouth at the moment, just cackles. It's like, oh my goodness.
also it's 200 gold for a bottle of Jared's wine, but I couldn't afford that.
I did not
I want to
ask
impress
for
you guys.
that, but thank you. You're so sweet. Sylra's gonna stand up and go get the wine. She's like, I really need some now.
I want the tattoos. Be careful.
Yeah, you get to the bar and sure enough, the bartender is just like looking down disappointedly now at a woman with half her hair shaved and tattoos on her head, who is now got an overturned mug in front of her face. She is face down on the bar drooling and half a mug in her other hand.
This
Calm down.
the lady that scared my friend off.
Yep.
She was
Sorry
saying
about
about
that.
putting an axe in people for 200 gold. Is that an actual thing or just drunk talk?
I think it's better if we all agree it was drunk talk and move on.
Okay. So the wine potentially
she
not.
sent you. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
she was looking for Jared's reserve, which I don't know if she told you was pretty extravagant.
Yeah, we weren't asking her for that. We just wanted a refill on what we had. Whatever's not too bad.
All right. Well, I do have a nice vintage from the Empire if you want. This bottle's only 15 gold, but if you're looking for the house stuff, then silver or glass.
Yeah, let's go for 15 gold. We almost died a couple times.
Yeah, well, gotta live it up while you can. And you can see he goes back to the shelf and pulls the bottle And it's actually a larger bottle than you normally get in Cadence. The Empire tends to have, like, some of you are American. Well, one of you is. But David, do you know how much a liter is?
Yes, I know how much a liter is.
These are about 1.5 liters.
Perfect.
And yeah, he hands you the bottle, and you can see on it that by the year this was brewed like, or not brewed, what's the word I'm looking for? Not distilled either. What the hell is the word I'm looking for? Doesn't matter. It's from about 45 years ago.
Okay. She's going to slide over. She's going to give him 15 instead of 14, or one extra.
He said 15, so
50. Okay, she's going to give him 16 then. And it's just going to be like, Jared said that he'd be like an hour, so you just point him to our table over there, or wave me down if you see him.
it's you. You four actually know Jared.
Yeah. Just similar skin color, you don't see many of us.
That's fair, but I didn't want to make any assumptions, especially nowadays. For all I know, he's testing me. But tell your friend I'm sorry that I was short with her, all right? You're friends with the boss, then, I'm sure he'll tell you everything. If he told you, he'll be here soon. But just...
Something crazy went down, yeah.
Yeah, and anything you hear here tonight, don't go spreading it around.
Of course. We're not in the business of telling secrets.
Good. Well, there you go. And what the hell? He puts 4 short shot glasses on the bar and quickly pours some whiskey in each of them. There you go, on the house.
Thank you. She's going to take one herself right then, so she can bring back 3 easier than the 4.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and you find that it is quite a strong whiskey. It really burns the back of the throat and then all the way down, but smooth as hell.
Just going to put one in front of each of them, and then not slam, but sort of drop the wine bottle in front of them. We got drinks for the night.
Does the bottle have any sort of label or indication on it?
Yep. Oh yeah. It's you know what? Go ahead and make a history check for me, actually.
Alrighty. In the tower, or
no, you can do it open.
That's a 25.
Damn.
I know my wine.
You sure do. So this wine is from Humbrook, and it is from a vineyard that you've actually seen in person. It is run by a halfling family that has run it literally since before the Empire was a thing. And their methods are pretty precise. And even though they're a newer addition in relative terms to the Empire, they have a sort of traditional way of doing things that melds really well with the way that the Empire runs. And they're kind of so with the way the Empire expanded, some were conquered, some were already allies and joined willingly, and Humbrook essentially bought their way in.
I think Wren, she just looks over the bottle. It's like, oh, it's a very good choice. The people who own the vineyard are ambitious and hardworking. Surprised that wasn't 200 gold pieces.
You do know that they have some pretty ancient vintages that go for 1,000 gold.
And you said this one was like 45 or something like that.
Yeah, it's like 43 years old. But they've got some they've got some that predate the emperor.
Oh wow.
I could totally see Wren doing that, honestly. She probably hasn't done it. That's why she knows so much.
It fits her perfectly.
Yeah, she'll pour some, and then she'll also top Sylra up as well while she's doing so. And she's like, "Did you need me to split the cost with you?"
No, this is fine.
Well, thank you.
My treat for you guys. We had a rough go a couple times.
She'll kind of like raise her glass to Sylra and then the others, and just be like, "Well, let's hope that our night in Hardova goes better than our night in Forest Delta." She goes like that and takes another sip.
To reasonable expectations.
Here's hoping there's no dragon.
We're no dying tonight.
Well, you guys enjoy your wine and some conversation, and about half an hour later, a server comes over to you and just places a cheap ale on the table. And as she does so, she just takes a little napkin and places it in front of Wren, puts the mug on it. She goes, "It's from the bar," and walks away. And as she walks away, you notice that there's a little written note at the tip of the napkin that just says, "Barter's here."
She was going to look back at the bar just to make sure that this didn't come from some random person who overheard the conversation.
Yeah, you can see that the bearded barkeep is looking at you, and he kind of nods his head towards the back.
She'll gonna give him a wave of thanks and then look towards the back. She just kind of slips the note in her pocket. She doesn't really want anyone to know that they're here to potentially get a bunch of money that it could be mugged for. She goes, in the mental link, she says, "It looks like Barter's here. Sylra, would I be able to borrow the bag from you just in case I need to be discreet about anything we might get?"
She's just gonna like shove it over, not saying anything, and gives her a little nod.
Also, are wyverns?
Yeah,
Are they just here?
I know. I was like,
Good point. I didn't think of that, but yeah, in fact, had I thought of that, that probably would have caused a little bit more of a commotion, but they are welcome here, and as long as they're not causing trouble, there's really no sort of intervention that happens.
Okay.
They're still small enough that they can just be like perched on shoulders or whatever it is you want to do with them. But yeah.
Alright, cool. Yeah, she'll look at Brielle. Well, shall we see if we have anything then?
okay, you do the talking though.
She'll nod, but then as they're heading over there, I think not through the mental link this time, just like out of earshot of the others, she goes, "You know, you don't actually do a bad job when you are trying to make connections with people. Lots of misunderstandings, sure, but that happens."
I know, but you're better at it. So
I'm just saying, don't underestimate the power of a disarming, friendly face.
I'll use that in the next fight. Like, private joke. I'll smile real hard at whatever hurting us.
Give them, bat your eyelashes at them, and maybe that'll distract them enough.
I don't know if I can do that. I'll have to practice that. Oh my gosh. And then she starts like getting a little flushed thinking about it, and she's just like glowing a little. She's like, no, stop it.
You can try batting your eyelashes at Jorf. I'm sure that'll go over well.
No. She's like so embarrassed. She'll like try and calm down before they get to Barter to be less conspicuous with a glowing person.
Yeah. They'll head over to where they were directed.
Yeah, you head towards the back of the tavern, and you do see that leaning on a barrel is a man with sort of very tan, very pallid skin. He is wearing some pretty tight clothing, but all of it very dark. Instead of like a full cloak, he has sort of like a little half cape kind of thing on over his shoulder. Wren, you can see that he's got several daggers strapped to him in different places, and all of them sort of strategically placed and angled in a way that they would be incredibly quick to grab for someone with skill. He notices you approaching, and you can feel the intensity of his eyes locking with yours from quite a ways out. And he seems to understand your intent to approach him, and he just kind of sizes you up very quickly. And though it's subtle, you notice he takes a little bit of his weight off the barrel, as if he's ready to move quickly.
I think in response, then Wren is walking up, and she is she made herself about like an inch shorter as she was walking subtly, like very gradually, and she's putting her hands in her pockets, just kind of making herself small and like she's not planning something quick. And she stops a few feet away from him, and she goes, you work here?
You could say that.
Do you mind if I ask what they call you?
You're looking for Barter, I take it.
Yes.
That's me.
All right then. She's like so worried about pissing off this goblin. She just like looks behind her again.
Keep an eye out for it. See, and like if she notices anyone paying attention or like that, she'll just like nudge Wren with her elbow.
We had an arrangement with Dania, who won the fight against the Gluck. We were the ones who got her the fight with him.
I told him not to fight her.
Yes, well, she did promise us her earnings. I don't know her that well, and if she's the type to keep her word. I trust she is, but you never know.
So you're Wren and Brielle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kind of a legend around here.
Oh?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not many people were predicting that the boss would go down so easily.
We saw the fight in her, I guess, beforehand.
Plus, she told us she trained in the mountains. So.
Yeah, and it shows.
After being in the mountains, I can see why that would be such a thing to boast about.
Yep. Well, we do have a purse set aside for you. And as Master of Coin, I would be the one who would have to release it for you.
Wonderful. Thanks. She puts her hand out.
He just continues to stand there.
And I suppose you wish to be compensated for this?
It would be nice. I work pretty hard.
And how much were their earnings?
Her purse was 1,200.
And what did you do, really?
I looked after your money for you for several weeks. It was very tiring.
I don't think it's that hard. I walk around with money on my hip all the time. And I have all this armor, and I have an axe, and I have to carry a whole bunch of stuff. So really, how heavy can that be?
You really do have a lot of stuff on you. All that metal and leather, and yet you notice that all at once, he's closed the distance, and it didn't even seem like it was happening. And you feel the press of steel against your inner thigh where there is no armor. He just says, but bad things happen to people who aren't prepared. And then he just kind of steps back and like tosses it in the air, catches it on the tip. So, compensation.
If we give you 120, would that suffice enough to also keep your mouth quiet?
10% is a fantastic finder's fee. Thank you. Very generous of you.
And also discretion, of course.
Oh yeah, if you show this kind of coin around here, you're going to get your throat slit real quick.
I was mostly talking about you.
Me? Do you know why they made me the Master of Coin?
Can't say that I do.
Honestly, I think it's a bad choice.
Because you can't steal from the best thief in the world, and he now rolls a coin down his knuckles. And Wren, you recognize it as one of yours. It is one of the gold coins with the Black Queen's visage on it.
Yes, I wasn't doubting your skill. I was doubting... let me present a scenario to you. We walk away with a coin that you are no longer responsible for. You spread around that we have plenty of coin to go around, and then maybe you get a cut off the top of that.
Of course, I'm not going to say anything about you. And after all, from what I hear, you're well connected. And he holds out the coin to drop into your hand.
Well, I'm glad that our reputation precedes us then. And she looks at Brielle and goes, this is probably the best way to go about this. It is... I mean, after all, we didn't really do a whole lot aside from convince a angry goblin who had an inflated ego.
Brielle, on her face, looks like she's actually disagrees with Wren. She feels like they've done a lot more than this guy ever did, but she's just holding her tongue at this point. She doesn't want another dagger in her thigh.
So that would leave us with 1080 then, right?
Yes. Yep. He moves to his right towards a... he was near a back door kind of thing, which you assume probably goes into the kitchen or some such. But as he moves to his right, you can see that he's now moving towards a section of the wall that seems to be more encumbered with shadow than the rest of the wall. He knocks on what appears to be pure stone, and you hear the sound of wood. And a moment later, there's a click, and he says, "Be right back," and he steps through the wall.
Well, he was unpleasant.
You said it, not me. This is why I also said I shouldn't talk. I hate that guy. What a jerk.
I mean, you didn't say anything that was untrue.
Holding a coin purse is hardly worth 120 gold.
Yes, I agree. Though I also don't quite know how he gets paid otherwise. Not only that, but I would prefer to have a comfortable night where we're not mugged. And that is worth 120 gold to me.
Okay, fair. I still don't have to like him.
I don't like most of the people that we meet, so...
I mean, most of them are pretty good. We've met some nice people.
I do
We've met some
enjoy...
really jerky people, but...
I enjoy all of the Genasi friends that we've made.
They're real nice.
What is the rolling going on over there?
What are your passives? I'm having a hard time.
Not good.
Not good.
Just them?
11.
Well, no, I know yours.
Because it's
Rowan's like,
23,
"Hello?"
Shanks. It's 23.
That would be a 9.
Okay, cool.
I'm
So
better than you.
see nothing. Rhowan, you notice from all the way across the room that he reappears through that same doorway, though he seems to stick to the shadow. He moves around your friends and approaches them from behind with an object in his hand.
Look out behind you. I think over the psychic link to the two of them. You've got company.
Sorry, I missed Shanks's description of what was happening.
Well, you're not seeing it, so. But Rhowan tells you suddenly that you've got company. Watch out, and you kind of look over your shoulder and you notice that he's crept up behind both of you, but he is just holding a coin purse, and he just kind of dips over your shoulder there, Wren, and like drops it towards your hand. He says, "You be careful. Those shadows are dangerous."
I would also be careful if I were you.
I'm always careful.
You will be the first person I come looking for if we find ourselves in trouble over this tonight.
That's fair, but I assure you, I have no intention of making enemies of the boss's friends. Just having my fun. And he casually steps around both of you back to his barrel and then slightly leans on it.
Brielle's biting her tongue, but
Wren is staring daggers at him. She's usually pretty good at like hiding her distaste for people. She's not doing that right now. But she turns, actually, before she turns, can she discreetly, like, is this an area where she could kind of discreetly check to make sure that what they have is there?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you take some time, and it's mostly in platinum, but it's all there.
Okay. Then when she's satisfied, she'll say through the mental link, "It seems we have everything. Let's join the others before we gain any more attention, I suppose."
Brielle's just trying to calm herself down from like being so angry, and like when she gets super angry, she like starts to go Nova. So she's really trying hard not to like cause damage to everything and people and stuff.
I think as they're walking away to Wren's wyvern just like snaps back at the, at the man. Not very intimidating, but a gesture that earns a little scritch from Wren.
He seems to be almost completely non-responsive to it, but moment passes and he goes, "It's cute."
Right, well, they sit down again.
All right. Yeah, you find yourselves back together. And, well, there seems to be a little bit more movement happening, despite what Cheryl's camera would have you believe. And it's wild tonight. That's the worst I've seen it. But it looks like things are gearing up. From the actual back door, you see 4 men in sort of you wouldn't quite call it piecemeal armor. It's open in places where you would think you would want to protect, but there are very intentional metallic armor pieces in very intentional places. These 2 men look like they are, yes, Jamie bikinis. There are 2 men that come out first, and like, you know, they've got the pauldrons and they've got bracers. They've got sort of very strategic. That you notice that their right side is more armored than their left, and they're followed very quickly by 2 fairly muscular-looking women who are armored similarly, and they start kind of moving through the crowd, and you can hear a little bit of commotion happening as it looks like the fights are going to begin soon.
Is there any indication of like there's nobody? I guess what I'm trying to do is pinpoint who's fighting, because Wren would like to place a bet before that begins.
Yeah, there isn't any indication yet, but you can see that a little bit in front of Barter there is somebody who is setting up a sort of makeshift stand to take bets, much like you saw last time. And James Speedos got me. It looks like they're kind of getting ready, and from what you saw last time, usually before a fight, there is an opportunity for the fighters to sort of display themselves, and
Okay.
so you've got some time and some opportunity yet still, but you know, the crowd's getting a little bit more excited. This is also about the time other things should start happening, but it looks like Cheryl's still having all kinds of technical difficulties. So I might hold off unless are you good now? You're muted too.
Muted.
Nothing's working for me right now. Just give me a second. I'm going to restart and I'll be back.
Yeah. Okay. So
I don't even see her in the call. I see her in OBS, but not in the call.
What a mess. All right. Well, we'll just kind of do a non-chronological series of events here.
It is almost break time too. She can have a moment.
That is true. All right. Well, then, yeah. Why don't we kind of give her some time to do that? The fighters do come into the ring, and all four of them step up, and you can see, despite their like bulk and their size, they look agile, and with the armor the way they're wearing it, you can tell it wouldn't impede much movement. They're also carrying weapons, which is not something you've seen here before. All the fights have always been bare fist.
Interesting. They've changed the rules.
As you're seeing this, the Gluck finally makes his way back down the stairs.
Elbow Ren.
Thank you.
You don't really see him making his way through the crowd so much as you see people in the crowd suddenly going, "Ah!" as he pushes his way through at hip height. And suddenly he climbs up into the other side of the ring and does a little sort of leap over the top rope and steps up to the middle of the ring. And as he's stepping up into the middle, someone quickly moves in and puts down a couple of boxes for him to step up onto. He gets up on there and looks around and goes, "All right, shut up, everyone. Here we go. First ever event of a gladiatorial fight in the Great Goblin. This will be to unconsciousness, or should you not be up to the task, to the death. We have all the proper permits in place, and well, this should be an exciting moment for us all. So place your bets, and Willie over here is gonna introduce your fighters. And if you place a bet over 100 gold, you need to have proof of gold on you. So, you cause trouble, I'm gonna kick your ass." And he steps down, and then boxes are removed, and he kind of hops over the top rope again, and they start introducing fighters. And at that moment, I think what we'll do is we will take a little break. So,
All right.
Yeah, we'll be back in a few minutes. Welcome back.
Not terrible.
All right,
Reminds me.
so here we are in the Great Goblin, city of Hardova. Four of you have had some drinks. You've collected the winnings from Dania's famous fight with the Gluck, the fabled Great Goblin himself. What the fuck was that?
No,
Is your phone on vibrate, Cheryl?
it's not.
Fine.
We're having some technical difficulties. It's fine.
Okay. Don't stress out about it.
Yeah,
I'm already stressed out.
We all have
sitting
it.
over here.
It's things happen. We're just here to have some fun, and there's always next week. But while we can, yeah. So you see the fighters all come into the ring, and about that same time, there is sort of an energy shift in the air for a moment. And Sylra, I think your eyes are drawn there first, despite perception scores. You see in the back corner of the room, coming down the stairs, is a very suave-looking drow man. He is wearing more than the last time you saw him. But you can see that his tunic is very fine and like a very sort of flashy, deep purple silk. He has a very nice looking velvet cape over his shoulder with a deep green inlay. And on his belt and his thighs are several daggers. His hair is sort of done up in like a bit of an updo kind of thing with like braids going down the sides to his ponytail that goes down. And he looks out across the room and you see him see you. But at the same time, he still scans the whole room back and forth a couple of times before he makes his way down. As he walks through the tavern, there's like, it's almost as if it's choreographed in that people just move for him. He doesn't have to touch anyone, doesn't have to squeeze. There's just space for him to walk. And as he makes his way across, he finally locks eyes with you once more and approaches your table. Well,
Sylra probably in their chat is like, you play it cool, play it cool, play it cool.
how lovely to see you.
You as well. You look not on the deathbed anymore.
I wouldn't say I was on my deathbed. I was resting.
So tonight's a big night for you guys.
Very big. The cost of importing these fighters from the Empire was substantial. But, well, since the Gluck has officially retired from fighting for the third time, we needed another big attraction, and I pulled some strings and got us the permits we need for a death match.
Well,
They
that's
say they're the
exciting.
best. It's very exciting.
But they
I couldn't be more pleased.
but they have made a name for themselves.
Oh, most definitely. They are the champions of the Redmont Arena.
Is that ring?
What do we know
Familiar?
what that is?
So, did you spend any time in the Empire?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, Wren, who definitely has, there are 3 places within the Greater Empire where you can fight at the highest tier. And the Redmont Arena is pretty much the highest one. There are occasionally private fights held in the capital, but those are very much not a regular thing. There's not really an established rule or law about it. It's basically if the Emperor fancies it, then it happens. But you have to be selected for that. But for those who wish to make a name for themselves in professional fighting, Redmont is sort of the place you want to be. Of course, Cadence is up and coming in that regard.
Oh, well, that's impressive.
Yes, I think so.
So, purely a business move then?
Well, everything's a business move for me.
Everything.
Yeah, she looks at Sylra.
Almost everything.
Good.
Rhowan thinks on the telepathic link. Nice save.
So I was going to definitely laugh a little bit out loud at that. Definitely a couple glasses into the wine already.
I see you got some of the decent stuff.
Yeah, well, our pockets aren't as lined as some people.
I tried.
Yes, well, my private reserve is expensive. But
Very.
for friends like you, why don't I get you a bottle?
Ah, This is going to last us all night.
Is there a UFO going by?
Okay, so that was real. All right.
Sorry, I think that was a bird.
It sounded like that thing in Space Invaders that goes across the top.
Like,
Oh my god. Yeah, we're just having all kinds of fun tonight. It's great.
I don't think I picked up on stream though. I don't.
okay.
So
Oh,
we
no,
all
we are
just, yeah,
crazy.
it's just us. We're crazy. Don't mind me.
I could be wrong.
Oh,
Oh, it did. Yep.
Are you hungry? Can I have them bring you some food?
Well, I know Brielle has not stopped talking about the cheese.
It was really good.
I mean, your official name is the cheese guy in our party, unfortunately.
Well, I suppose it's better than what some call me.
Oh, yeah.
What do they call you? I could call you that instead.
I prefer you don't call me Bloodletter.
I like cheese guy.
It's fine. Cheese guy's good. It's an unfortunate nickname that really isn't accurate.
Hmm. So, are we going to have to pry some information from you, or is it too...
Oh, I see. Yes, you've been out of town for a while, haven't you?
We have been. We're a little bit concerned because this feels a lot more like Vor's Delta than it did before. And
Yeah, that hellhole. Unfortunately, that's an apt metaphor at the moment. Here is a little bit crowded.
too open. Yeah. Oh, we can talk about that later.
Or we can go talk about it now.
All of us or just me?
He takes a moment to consider. Suppose you're all welcome.
Okay. I'm excited to meet more of you. We didn't really meet last time that long, so.
Well then, right this way. And he now leads the group up towards his office. As he gets up to the doors, you can see that the guy at the door kind of looks down the stairs at the group, and you hear like the slightest sigh out of Gerard, and he just says, "Yes, Sylra and the rest are with me."
Was that a bad choice? Should we stay here? He seems not happy.
I think Sylra's capable of. I think Wren says this out loud. I think Sylra's capable of speaking for herself, and perhaps you two need to get reacquainted before we accost you with questions on such a big night.
Or is Wren suggesting that Sylra goes alone now that you're all up on the stairs with them?
In response to what he said, if like we're all hearing that, yeah.
No, of course. It's friends of Sylra are friends of mine. And he leads you in and takes a very comfortable seat in a very plush-looking leather chair. He crosses his legs over and then pours himself a glass of wine and places it on the table in front of him, should anyone else want to partake.
We bring our wine.
It's up to you.
I mean, if it wasn't gone, you don't just leave it there.
Yeah.
Unless you want to get drugged.
Yeah.
Which maybe you do. I don't know.
I feel like Sylra would probably bring it because she did pay for it, so she'd put it on the table beside this fancy glass.
I don't think Wren gets too comfortable. She is
That's fair.
curious about what's going on with the fighters tonight, and all of the suspicious people downstairs. But she does kind of like group and like join the circle. If there's like a ledge, like an arm of a seat that she could just take, she would do that.
Absolutely.
And then
So there's like one chair across from him that's the same as his, and then another one sort of to the left that's not really at the table, but you know, it's still within comfortable speaking distance. So there's really 2 seats for the 4 of you. But you're welcome to do as you wish with that. And once it looks like everyone is settled, however they may be, he says, well, what would you like to know?
Sylra sort of looks at the others. It's just like,
Those guys out front watching from across the street with you?
Yes, they are my own blades in the dark, as it were.
How about the people on every corner?
Undercover guards. Good eye.
and what's caused the need for this? We almost weren't able to get in to the city.
I'm sure all of you are familiar with the Swindells.
Yes.
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 Well, they are the cause. The one and only thorn in my fucking side every day of the week.
They're causing trouble in Hardova.
A lot of it. I lost 2 shipments to them already, and on the 3rd, I was there personally.
Is there anything we can do to help? As friends, we have certain skill sets also.
I'm well aware. I have been following your exploits.
She's gonna go bright purple.
What are they? I don't want to pry into what your business is, but is there something specific that they're after that we should be concerned that they're after?
When you're as big and as rich and as powerful and as amoral as the Swindoll Corporation, you want everything. Control over everyone, leverage on every political power, a thumb on every private business owner. I oppose them. I always have, and I always will. I don't like the way they do business. It's not good business. They're hurting people for the sake of hurting people, taking for the sake of taking. It's disgusting. My methods may not be too dissimilar from theirs at times, but only because of what I must combat. I want a good and prosperous Hardova. They don't. I've started gathering forces. They've tried to disrupt that. I've brought in arms. They've tried to take them. I've brought in a few things to increase profits to cover the losses that fighting them openly has caused me, and they have attempted to steal those profits out from under me. You're all very capable. I know that. You know that. But this is an army of assassins and thieves, and they won't think twice about slitting your throat or anyone you care about. I couldn't in good conscience ask you to help.
Well, perhaps we can't help you directly, but we might have some mutual goals that line up. Would you happen to know who it is that is heading these attacks on Hardova?
I have theories, and only theories. There's this little fucker.
Is his
Tends to
name
be
Friedrich?
That's the one.
I hate him.
I owe him
You
a
see,
visit.
you and me both. If you find out where he is, you tell me. I will pay an exorbitant fee. Exorbitant.
Just find out for you.
If you can get me a deadlocked location, put me in a room with him, and you'll be one of the wealthiest people on the continent. But he's disappeared as of late. You see, there was a shift. Territory opened up and he snatched it. And now he thinks himself some sort of boss. He's got a lot of men under his command now, and, well, he's using them. But even with that, there is no way it is just him and his bumbling men doing all of this.
Like there's more behind it. Darker.
There is
Potentially.
a more driven blade in the dark. There is someone who is ruthless. You want to know how he found out about my shipments? I found one of my men, most of his skin missing, strung up in the sewers. Sickening stuff. Magic was used to keep him alive.
Oh.
Not to heal him, not to reduce the pain, just keep him breathing long enough to talk.
Sounds
sorry.
like some other magic that we ran across.
Yeah, it does.
Oh?
The Duragar to the north, under their Black Queen, have... Actually, I'm a little bit unclear exactly on what, but they have declared war on something.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't sure if it was just us specifically or the whole surface.
I mean, I think it includes us.
It definitely includes us, but I'm just not sure if it's like limited to us.
I suppose that would be because of your little assault on the death squad that was roaming around the mountainside.
Hey, they started it.
No
That is
judgment.
true.
Fewer Durgar in this world can only be a good thing.
But they had some really not cool magic with them that did some stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Maybe working together.
I wouldn't put it past them. But if you've got any like remnant, and it's a little bit grim, of any of this sort of ritual or whatever was used to keep them alive, I might be able to tell you if it was similar.
Does this sound anything like Wren's experience at all? Are there anything? Is there anything that's like giving Wren like a feeling in her gut?
I think there's enough similarity there for her to draw a potential connection.
I don't think they need sick magic to do those sorts of things to people. Not that we shouldn't look into that. They were walking in the rain, so a lot of her makeup is gone, and she just kind of moves her hair so that he can see the mark on her neck. I've had a brush with some of them before. They didn't like taking no for an answer.
That generally is the swindle way, but maiming someone over it, that's pretty indecent. Who did that to you?
Well, he was an elvish man with tan skin and blonde hair, and I've been given the name Sereth by some people that we've met.
Sereth.
Is that familiar to you?
A little too familiar to me. He's supposed to be dead. When did this happen?
That was about 7 years ago or so.
Well, that was before my run-in with him. So perhaps he is still dead.
You killed him.
In a manner of speaking.
What does that mean?
It means it wasn't my dagger. It was Barter's.
The jerk downstairs?
Let me guess. He swindled some money out of you.
Not because I chose to.
I'll have a talk with him.
I just don't see how carrying a coin purse is that heavy.
Yes. Well, you see, that's called exploiting a vulnerability. He has all your money, but he's willing to peacefully part with some of it.
As I learned. But how did he kill Sereth then?
Well, if my eyes didn't deceive me, he ran a blade through his heart. And I apologize. Barter is a bit much, but
It's okay.
he is also the best assassin that I have ever seen. And I come from a culture that breeds assassins.
Yes, we are well aware of that.
Yeah.
Yes, I imagine you are. Rumors are spreading of the nobles you killed.
Well, I mean, they didn't really give us much choice.
Of course they didn't.
Cousin
But-
for life.
That's the way they operate. That's why we left the Underdark. But the matriarch, from what I hear, has put a bounty on your head.
Yeah. Figured it was about time that they were going to do that.
It was a tempting one as well. Really?
How much?
What do you think your life is worth?
It's a hard question to ask with how they've treated me. Swine of the family, the heir, so the tool. Maybe a couple thousand gold at most.
Well, I could tell from the first time I laid eyes on you that you were the kind to undervalue yourself. But your mother doesn't anymore. 10,000 platinum. You know what I could buy with 10,000 platinum?
Probably the whole island.
Several. The very fact that they were even willing to offer it to me says so much.
So they talk to you.
Sorry, what was that show?
So they talk to you. Personally,
Yes.
came to you.
That is correct. They don't come to the surface often.
You know they don't. Do you
I was
happen
also
to...
offered a pardon.
You were offered a pardon. Well, that's
Yes.
big of them.
Peace with all of drow kind from now until eternity. And 10,000 platinum. And all I needed to do was put a dagger through your heart. And I said no.
How romantic.
Romantic, perhaps. Crazy, certainly. But mostly, I just don't like them trying to control me again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The person that I spoke to seemed to think, or at least spoke of, Sereth in present tense. So that may be something to keep an eye out for, but...
If he's still alive, he is incredibly dangerous and perhaps has found a way to circumvent death.
Mm.
That's when she looks at Rhowan and the connection he was making.
There are ways.
And it sounds like he would have all the motive in the world to come after you.
You're not wrong. And he is the third best assassin I've ever seen.
Ren's curious about that, but she doesn't say anything. She's like a polite guest. She's just...
Sylra's just gonna sit there. If Ren thought that, and like we all heard that, Sylra would be like, just say it. Just ask.
No, she is just gonna say, then perhaps with the request you have for Friedrich, you'll understand that if you happen to know where he is, if he shows his face or slips up in some way, that I would very much appreciate knowing his location.
I tell you what, should I cross paths with Sereth, I will do everything in my power to remove his hands, bind him, and put him at your feet.
She just gives him a smile. Thank you. Was there anything else that we wanted to know?
No.
I suppose if we find any leads for you, Sylra will be in touch. But for now, I think we will leave you to catch up.
Very well. And I gave you some advice last time you were here, but I'm going to recant that. Do not mention the Iron Tide in Vor's Delta. It will get you killed.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of stuff in Vor's Delta will get you killed, but
I mean, that is true.
I'll keep that in
Yes,
mind.
certainly, but at this point we're in open war. And in Vor's Delta, I am sorely outnumbered.
Well, she sort of looks at her friends. Slowly, like, walks over towards Gerard. Giving him the eyes to, like...
Like, get out of here. It was nice to get to know you better. And I suppose we will be in touch soon. If there's anything that you know about, well, if we should be concerned about the champions of the frontier, I trust Sylra will pass along a message to us later. And she's gonna give him a nod and leave.
You see that the mention of the champions has a reaction on his face. Yes, I heard you've partnered up with Tara. How is she?
She's great.
She's doing well. Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Strongest woman I've ever met.
Ren's leaving. Like she's going. She's excusing herself.
Brielle just like stick her hand out and be like, "It was really nice getting to know you better."
He stands up and takes your hand and attempts to kiss the back of it. You as well.
Okay, bye. She's just like rubbing her back of her hand as she like gets out the door.
She seemed uncomfortable with it. I think then as they go down, Ren's just like, how many boys are you going to kiss, Brielle?
Annie! Don't kiss me.
Alright, have your date.
Well, now that we're alone again. Finally.
I'm sorry about that. I figured they needed their questions answered before they could enjoy their night. I'm sorry we're taken away from your big night.
It's very understandable. And the front of house is the Gluck's business to run. I, of course, help with some of the arrangements, but my job is more so in the back. Vix, no.
She wasn't the only one, man.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't even see it, and I know what she was saying.
That kind of night, huh?
He says as he slips in behind Sylra. His arms kind of wrap around her from behind.
He would probably notice as she actually relaxes a little bit rather than being on guard. I never thought the day would come where adventuring feels like unpleasant.
So what was that last bit?
Unpleasant. That adventuring was unpleasant.
Well, of course it can be. I had many unpleasant days when I was out and about in the world.
I've never had a place I'd want to come back to. I think that's more what I'm saying. I sort of forced them to come here so I could see you.
Well, I must admit that is something that I very much longed to hear.
Mm-hmm. Should sort of lean more back into him. With the short time that we have before the many things we both have to do. I don't know if I could say this on stream. I'm making myself laugh.
Go ahead, go for it.
Would you like to enjoy yourself after... My husband's giving me a look, oh my gosh. After everything you've been through, the last little bit seems like you could be the center of attention for a while.
Well, if you're offering to stay the night, then once things die down, I could very much use a break from all this tension.
Of course. Yeah, I don't think we really have any other rooms to stay, so they'll figure out their own stuff and I'll stay with you.
I can't think of anything I'd rather do this evening. So we'll shift from there to the group coming down the stairway back into the crowd. At this point, you can see that Willie, who is still in the ring, is now calling out the specific accomplishments of each of the gladiators standing there. You see him gesturing towards the first man, very tall and lean, and you hear him say, "And here we have Kalen Thorne, man known for speed and flourish, the deadly viper of the sands," and the crowd goes wild. Next to him, his opponent this evening, Darren Vexus, a striking fighter who has been known for his occasional brutality, from what I'm told. And again, at the word brutality, there's like this sort of rush in the crowd. And you can hear already, without him even saying the name, people are calling out the Pale Fang. They say he comes from a noble's blood, but being a bastard, he's had no way but to fight for everything he's gotten in this world. Wouldn't you like to see him fight tonight? And the crowd cheers. And even as the cheers are happening, you can hear that the guy at the stand in front of Barter is now calling out the odds. 3-1 for the Pale Fang, and people are lining up to make their bets.
Historically, Wren has gone for the underdog, so I think she's going to continue on that pattern and put down a bet on Kaylin.
All right. How big of a bet would you like to place?
Is there like a minimum that she has to? Or no?
No, like they're only exchanging gold coins, but
she will put down 40, I think.
40 gold. All right.
Yeah.
Any other gamblers?
Yeah, I think Brielle's gonna put 10 on him.
And on Kalen Thorne as well?
Yep.
Okay. Mark that down on your sheets.
Done.
You see a lot of bets being placed, and the two kind of size each other up a little bit. They actually look not terribly dissimilar from each other. Very similar height and build, though Kaylin is a lot darker in skin tone. Both of them half-elven, though Darren, with his pale skin and streaks of red through his brown hair, seems to be a little bit more flashy in his looks. They both kind of stretch out and swing their weapons around, try to draw up the crowd a little bit. And before long, he moves on to the two women standing there. And as he walks up to the first one, he says, "The twin sword duelist, who is the creator of the fabled Dance of Death, Silver Serena, has never been defeated." And the crowd once again starts cheering, and you can see her. She draws the blades off her hips and then flips them around and places them against her own neck, and she goes, "Nobody can kill me."
I do like her confidence. Wren doesn't know this, but she's totally biased because of like the dual wielding of the sword.
And next to her, Virith Kaelrin, the Shield Breaker, or the Breaker's Grace, as some know her, has smashed her way through every opponent in her short 4 months as a gladiator, fighting over 200 duels in that time. And then again, the crowd goes crazy. She hoists up her hammer, and it is literally a fucking boulder with a rod on it. Like, it is just massive. And it looks like whatever shape it has been caused by impacts that she has inflicted upon it. It is sort of narrower at the front, and only because she has broken stone off this thing many times.
It'll eventually be just an axe.
I mean, if it gets small enough, she'll just pick up a new stone. But, Rhowan, actually make a nature check for me. You're the only one who might make this check.
Let's see.
Not enough, unfortunately. But something about that stone, like the composition of it, it's like, it's vaguely triggering a memory. It's unique. You can't quite figure out where it's from. But he continues building up these 4 fighters, and the crowd continues to kind of lose their mind a little bit at each one. And as Virith kind of puts her hammer back down on the ground, just even holding it as she like lets the weight hit the ring, you can feel the vibration in your feet. And everyone around her kind of jolts a little bit, except for Serenia. She just kind of eyes her completely deadpan, serious, and with that murderous intent in her eyes. But once again, the betting begins, and Virith is the underdog for that fight, and Serenia, who has never been defeated, is pulling even odds. So 10 gold will get you 10 gold, whereas Virith, a 10 gold bet will get you 100 gold.
I'm so torn.
I'm so torn too, because Brielle would go for the one with the really cool weapons that like have been forged and everything. She appreciates that she is like a weapon user. But like the other girls, she's like, okay, I gotta make money for my place, and I gotta make as much money as possible. So I think she's gonna put 10 on the underdog again and hope to get 100.
Yeah, I'll do the same. I'll put 10 on her.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, 2 10 gold bets for Virith, and I already forget what you bet on the other two, but
40.
40?
And then I think Brielle did 10.
Yeah, Brielle did 10. For both.
Well, the commotion goes on for a little while. Betting is still being done. They give a time limit on how long before they shut down, and drinks are flowing around. You can actually see like the bartenders kind of being like trying to get as many drinks out right now as possible so that everyone can focus on the fight. And the 2 men step up into the ring and face each other, and as everyone else leaves the ring, they kind of step up to the center, and they kind of, you see them kind of talking quietly to one another, and Kaelin at least seems to be smiling and pretty lighthearted about the whole situation, considering he's about to go into a death match. And as they're talking and things are kind of being rearranged, Willie starts letting everyone know that it's 4 minutes now until the fight. And as that happens, Rhowan, you do see that the two fighters in the middle of the ring kind of touch knuckles very briefly, and then move away from each other to the opposite sides. And they both kind of look out at the crowd, kind of scan the situation. They're raising their weapons and stuff and like posing, flexing, all of that stuff. You can see that Darren kind of gets out some oil and starts rubbing it on his chest and getting all like greased up and shiny before wiping his hands off with a towel and getting some chalk and everything.
It has Wren's attention.
Like they seem to be very serious about the show they're putting on. But yeah, their attention is kind of out in the crowd, and the two women who have exited the ring now kind of circle the ring a little bit, looking at each other from across the way. Very much putting up a bit of a show of it, you know what I mean? Like they look like they want to kill each other, and like kind of moving about in the crowd like that kind of gets everyone kind of excited about what's coming. But eventually they kind of settle on opposite ends of the ring, one being closer to where the bar is and one of them being more towards the back of the tavern. Okay, I need to make another roll here. I don't know if something is gonna be noticeable for everyone.
Suspicious.
Yeah,
Right.
Of course it is. Of course it is. Okay, so What is your passive, Rhowan?
23.
That will do it. Just as the fight's about to begin, you notice something. Something not good. At the front two corners of the room, you see a puff of shadow magic. And suddenly, in both corners, you see two people who were not there before.
Just out to everybody on the telepathic link, including Sylra, we've got trouble. Some people just teleported into the bar, and the vibes are wrong. Gerard, you're going to want to know about this.
As you're saying that, you see one of them in the corner kind of moving a piece of hair aside from his eye, and as he does that, he draws his hood back just enough for you to see the pale skin of a Shadar-kai.
Oh, shit.
And on that note, I think what we're going to do is roll initiative and come back to this next week.
What?
Oh.
How dare you?
We
I mean,
wrap
we only
this
have
up.
we only have 20
That's
minutes
all
left,
week?
and like it's going to be an intense battle. And with Cheryl being unable to get into fantasy grounds and stuff right now, I think it's best if we put it off to next week.
Okay.
Could someone roll initiative for me?
I feel like I should have rolled higher than an 8.
Oh, damn.
That's
feel like they'll
not
never-
ideal. Hey, look at the bright side. You're not getting a surprise round because you're
It's
insane.
It's true. I'm about ready to use my inspiration.
Yeah, you're welcome to. Like I have no issue
Yeah,
with
I can do better than that. But I didn't.
that. Oh no, I feel bad for you.
Can I keep the 8?
Well, it's advantage, so yes. Yeah.
You might need to reorder me.
Also, I think you all need to be long rested because there are wounds here.
Yep.
So I'll do that now, just so I don't forget. Also reset the rounds and stuff, but that's fine.
I like how you have
reset
two advantages now.
initiative. No. Oh, the numbers are all still there.
No, that's okay. They're gone. They're gone.
Reroll next
Maybe I'll
week
roll double digits. Maybe.
for the first time.
All right, you know what? I fucked up. Reroll initiative. Go ahead. I'll give you that. This is the only time I'm doing this.
No.
What's
Bruh.
that one?
Oh my god, you guys!
I'm gonna use another one. This is not.
This is how you use that second chance.
Hey, here we go. Fuck's sake.
All right, Sylra.
God,
Let's see.
that's so funny.
Oh, she did better. She got 16.
Right, I'm gonna have to. I'm just gonna have to remove them all, I guess,
Oh my god.
and then re-add them.
Rhowan should have 2 advantages.
I just used another one.
Oh, fair enough.
I'll count that as your first one. It's fine. You used your advantage. I'm the one who fucked up the initiative. So
Okay.
I need to delete a bunch of things right now and then re-add them so that everything goes in correctly for once. And then there you go. All right. 3 of you are going before the enemies. Some of the enemies. Cool. All right. Yeah.
Do our
so-
wyverns just go on our turn?
No, they have their own initiative and their own thing. I do want to know if you actually want them to fight or if you want them to remain out of the fight. Because they're capable of fighting. They're also capable of dying.
Yeah, I don't want them to fight, but I do want to know when I can tell it to shoot.
Hide under a table.
Yeah. Because last time we were getting hit with things that would have hit them via area effect. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm just going to do this 3 times and then take the numbers for each. So that's 20 and 6 and 9. So they are in the combat tracker with their own initiatives.
Cool.
All right,
First I'm gonna raid.
Yeah, let's start looking at a raid. And yeah, like see, it took us like 5 minutes to get through initiative for.
That's my wyvern did a better initiative than I did.
with 0 dexterity modifier.
I love that for him.